Well, hello everybody and happy Saturday. This is Lisa Freeman from stampingwithlisa.com, and I'm coming to you on this beautiful Saturday in September, and it looks like fall is coming soon. It's really nice out, and I've got to go to work soon, so I wanted to get this video in quickly before I had to go to work. So I'm not showing my face today because I am still in my pajamas, so I still have to take a shower and get ready for work. So, so you're just getting my hands today. So let me see if anybody's watching. And hold on, let me see. Hopefully you guys are having an awesome day and you're enjoying this weather if it's nice near your house. Alright, looks good, looks good. Let me just fix this just a little bit. Okay. Alright, I think we're good. So this is the card that I'm making today, and it is a fall card and is absolutely beautiful and uses tons and tons, hey Tracy, of stuff. So, Stampin' Up stuff. So it's practically got like half of the holiday mini in there. So I'm going to show you a bunch of the things that I'm using, and you can see all the sparkle because I can see it on my computer. This is the Dazzling paper that's in the celebration. Both of these are. So I wanted to have lots of sparkle on this paper, on this card, and then this one is embossed in gold. So hopefully you can see all that sparkliness. It's just so pretty. I just love it. All right, so let me show you some of the things we're using. One you might not notice is the cork paper. So right here I've got cork paper in this part. And I wanted to use this Blackberry Beauty paper because I noticed that it's really a fall design and I loved the colors in there. So that's kind of where my color scheme came from, was that. So it's got the cinnamon cider, which is the paper here, and the paper I used for the back. And then I used Blackberry Bliss, which is also in there, and then the gold. And then I colored the Dazzling paper to give it the look of the colors in here. So this is actually colored with the cinnamon cider, and this one is actually colored with Blackberry Bliss. So I got all the colors in there coordinated together, and this piece right here is cinnamon cider, and I sponged it with the Blackberry Bliss. So it's really pretty. I just loved it. So hopefully you guys will love it too. Hey Pamela. So that's the cork paper, which is really, really pretty. It's thin paper, but it is actually, I'm pretty sure it's actual cork because it feels just like cork. It's got the texture and the softness and everything. I think it's just like a really thin slice of it. And then we've got the Dazzling paper, which I'm surprised is still available. I thought this would sell out like right away. It's so pretty and so sparkly, and you can color it any color you want. So I've seen a couple people do it with the spritzers, and I found that the blending brushes actually work great. So I'm going to show you how to do it with the blending brushes today. This one I did half with Blackberry Bliss, half with the cinnamon cider. So that's what I'm going to show you today. So we're going to do that. And then, let's see, we've got a lot of things from the Holiday Mini. So we're using the Blackberry Beauty paper, which is absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to show you that in a second. That's on page 45. We're also using the gold ribbon on page 45, and those are so pretty. This paper is absolutely to die for. Hey Sharon. And then on page 48, we've got the Pretty Pumpkins, and I don't even own this set. One of my downline let me borrow hers, and I wasn't even that crazy about it until I started using it, and I was like, oh my gosh, this paper is to die for. I mean, this stamp set is to die for. So I've been playing a lot with it, and I did another card with it the other day. This one right here. I don't know if you guys saw that video or not, but I did this card first, and that was a fun card. So go back and watch that video if you haven't seen it. And then the other things we're using are the cork paper, like I showed you, and this embossing folder, which is the Time-Worn Type 3D embossing folder. So I'm using that, and I'm using also the brushed metallic adhesive back dots and the cork paper. So those three things on page 55. And I did put the page numbers on my project today, just for some of the things, not the paper, but some of the things that you might not know where they are. And then, of course, the Dazzling paper, which is free with your $50 order, is on page 3 of the Celebration mini catalog. So You get 6x6, 8 sheets of 6x6 for free with your $50 order. And if you don't have a demonstrator, I would love for you to order from me. Just go to my website, stampingwithlisa.com. There's the host code for the 1st through the 10th. All right, so let me show you. This is that folder, and it's so beautiful. It's hard to see it really unless you see it up close, because I know on the here it's kind of hard to see. But once you emboss with it, it's so pretty. And that's the pumpkin set. It is a rubber set. And then the dies go with it. I've got like most of the dies out, so you can't really see them from there. And then, let me see. Here is the paper. So this is the card that I made the other day, if you saw that video. And this one was so pretty, and also uses that same embossing folder. And I did the gold leafing on there, which was really fun and made a mess, but it was fun. And I've got all the sparkles from the Wink of Stella, and then the Blackberry Beauty paper. So that was a really fun card to do. And the paper that's in here is so beautiful. So here are some of the sheets. This one, gorgeous, gorgeous. And then you've got that on the back. And then this one side is embossed with gold and the other side is not. But the gold side, they're both beautiful, but the gold side is just awesome. That one, this one. This is the one I'm using today with the leaves. And then the ones with the birds, that's really pretty. And you can see the little flowers are embossed with gold. And then the backs are really pretty too. And then there was one other sheet in here that I think I used the whole thing. Oh, this one right here, the owl. I used most of that already, so that's the paper. All right, so let's get started. Oh, I got a couple winners of cards. Let me do that first. So Peg Eich, you won this card, the Merry and Bright Christmas card I did the other day. And Sandy Alexander, you won this one, the one with the fox, that we couldn't figure out if it was a fox or a wolf. So you guys just send me an email and I will get them out to you. And my scrap paper just fell on the floor, but that's okay. All right, so if you just tuned in, hey Sarah, hey Carol, hey Sylvia, hey Angel. So if you just tuned in, this is the card we're making today, and hopefully you can see all the sparkle on here. It's just beautiful. Love it, love it. All right, so here's what you need. You need a piece of the Dazzling paper. Just a whole sheet, because we're going to just color the whole sheet, and we're not going to use it all, but you just need a whole sheet. 5.5 by 8.5 cinnamon cider, and I put celebration. SAB is celebration. That's in the celebration. You need a scrap of Blackberry Bliss, and then another piece of Blackberry Bliss, 2 by 5 1/4, and that I already embossed with that folder I showed you. So that's the Time Worn type folder I embossed with. See how pretty it is? I just love it. It's really pretty to sponge on top if you use a lighter color too. All right, 1 by 5 1/4 by, 1 by 5 1/4. That's the Blackberry Beauty. Then here's the cork piece, 1 by 5 1/4 of the cork. And then a 1/2 inch by 5 1/4 of the Blackberry Beauty too. This is actually to use on the inside of the card. So hopefully, this is a lot of paper I cut. And then 1.5 by 2 cinnamon cider. So hopefully you can see all of those. It's a lot of pieces, but it's a really easy card. So I did a lot of the prep work ahead of time, so it's not that bad. So if you want to take a screenshot, and I did put the page numbers for some of this stuff on here, not the regular cardstock, because hopefully everybody knows where that is. Thank you, Sharon. All right, so I'm going to take all these off. And it's really super easy. We're going to emboss. So if you haven't embossed before, I'll show you that. First thing I'm going to do is show you how to color this paper. And my scrap paper just fell on the floor, so I'm going to have to get a different one. So hold on. Okay. And this is not much bigger. All right, so what you're going to do is take whatever color you want. I did one in pumpkin pie too, which is really pretty. So this is pumpkin pie that I sponged with and made a pumpkin. So this is the difference. This one was cinnamon cider. This one's pumpkin pie. So I don't know if you can see the difference there. It's a little bit more orange. But I love it. You can use any color you want to. So we're going to start with this one and take your blending brush. And I found that instead of rubbing it, it's easier if you just tap it. So I'm just going to tap all over and until I get the color I want. And you can keep doing it and it'll get darker and darker. So we're just going to put lots of color. And it dries pretty quickly and doesn't really rub off, so that was a good thing. And then if you want to just rub it, you can, but you don't have to. But I felt like it got more ink by tapping it instead of rubbing it. It took less time. All right, let's do a little bit more. Let's see the difference the color adds. If you want to, just smooth it out. And this does not hurt your brushes at all. Because I know somebody talked about doing it with like the Stampin' blends, and that does ruin your Stampin' blend, so I would not recommend that. All right, so we did half of it with Cinnamon Cider. Now I'm going to go back on the other half with the Blackberry Bliss. So this is Blackberry Bliss. I've got some sparkly gold stuff in here. All right, so you're going to do the same thing, just tap it. And oh my gosh, that's beautiful. Love it. And you get 8 sheets in a pack for free, so you can make a lot of these. And it does not take much time to color it. And I think I'm going to do blue next because I think blue would be really pretty on here. All right, and then if you want to just smooth it all out, you can, but it does not hurt your brushes at all and does not hurt the paper. So there you go. So now I've got half Blackberry Bliss, half Cinnamon Cider. And it does not really come off on your fingers, so it's pretty dry. All right, so we're done with that. So then what I want to do is cut those out. And I did not bring my die cutting machine in here with me, but I went ahead and did some ahead of time. So I've got the pumpkin, the small pumpkin and the big pumpkin. So this one I cut out for this time. So on the original card, I've got them backwards. So this is the Blackberry Bliss, this is the Cinnamon Cider. On this card, I'm going to do it backwards. So I've got this one with the Cinnamon Cider, and I've got the small one with the Blackberry Bliss. So we're just going to reverse it. So I think they came out beautiful. I just love it. Love it, love it. And that really is different too. I just love that color. Oh, so pretty. So all you do is just run it through. And one tip, when you're running through your die cutting machine, I would do 4 times. So I would run it through once, backwards, and once again and backwards. So that's 4 times back and forth, because this one is very hard to cut out because it's so intricate. So if you do it about 4 times or use wax paper, it will work better. So then when you finish, you know, you've got your big holes in there like I showed you already. So it'll come out like this because I did 2 of each. I did 1 of each color. So you still have plenty left. I can fit another one right there, another one here of the smaller one. So you can get pretty many out of there. If you're doing a bunch, then I would just do a whole sheet of each color. So now we're going to do embossing. So we've got our Blackberry Bliss scrap, and I'm using this stamp and the Versamark. This is one of our old, what are they called? I can't even remember now. What was that called? Some kind of a tray, like a pal, paper pal? No, I don't know. But I have like 4 of these that I use all the time. All right, so we're doing the Versamark with this, which whenever I emboss, I pretty much always use Versamark. So it just leaves you like the watermark on there. And then you're going to take that and put the gold embossing powder on it. And this is the old Stampin' Up! Embossing powder. They have a new one now, but I haven't bought it yet, so I've got plenty of this old one left still. Alright, so now you can see it's gold. I've got the fan going, so it's blowing. And well, let's just dump it back in here. That's what I love about this. You can just dump your stuff right back in. If you don't have one of these, then a coffee filter works pretty well. Or if you put a container, like get a container, like I have my clear one in my Ziploc container, and that makes it pretty easy. Alright, get rid of all that powder. And then we're going to heat it up with the embossing tool, the heat tool. Oh, I forgot to bring my foil thing that I usually use. Oh well, we'll just hold it up. Sorry if this is a little bit loud. It'll only take a minute. Can you see it? If you've never seen embossing, I think it's always a real wow thing to watch it. Because you can see it happening right in front of you. So the powder's melting and turning shiny. And there you go. Oh, one spot. There we go. And then it looks like that. And then you just take your die cut and run that through the machine, and I just always put a piece of washi tape. I should let that cool for a second. Put a piece of washi tape down so it doesn't mess up, and then it'll come out just like that. And I did that ahead of time. And then I also did a couple in gold just to see what they would look like. I used the brush gold, but it didn't really match this gold, so I thought, I'm not going to use that. So I'll save that for another card. So now we're just going to put it together. So I've got all these little pieces here. So we're going to start at the top with this piece. I got powder everywhere. Alright, so we've got this piece. Oh, I forgot about my words. I got to do them real quick. So the words are going in the Blackberry Bliss. Oh, we got a lot of people watching. Hey, Stephanie. You won a card not too long ago, I think, the other day. I'm pretty sure I have one with your name on it. From your front porch. Hey, Diane. Hey, Marie. I love all of your cards and videos. Thanks. Oh, you're so sweet. All right. We got a lot of people on today. Awesome. All right, so we're stamping this in the Blackberry Bliss right onto this cinnamon cider paper. And there you go. And then I'm also going to sponge it. Let me get my scrap paper back. I'm going to sponge that with the Blackberry Bliss just a little bit. So I'm just going to go right around the edges really lightly, just to give it a little bit of a shadow effect, kind of like that. So isn't that beautiful? Love it. Love it, love it. I made this card this morning. I got home, I had to work all day yesterday, and we were slam busy. It was so busy. We were doing school physicals and shots. All the kids going back to school on Monday, or not Monday, Tuesday. Our school starts after Labor Day here in Virginia, so the kids are going back Tuesday, and the 7th graders and 12th graders all have to have TB tests, TB shots, not TB shots, Tdap shots, and meningitis shots, and a couple other ones too. So everybody was just coming in to get those shots, and I forgot to bring some glue. Oh, here's some. So we ended up running out of some of them because just they were coming in like crazy, and I said, well, you shouldn't have waited till the last minute. You had all summer to do it. But they were kind of getting mad. All right, so this goes at the top, and just hold that down. I could have put one sheet, like a white sheet or something, and glued all these to the white sheet and then put it on, but I just decided to go right down, straight on there. All right, next is the cork one. So I'm sure today will be the same thing with all those school physicals, and they take forever to do, and that makes us get really backed up. For those of you that don't know, I work at an urgent care center, so... But a lot of people use us for primary care too, so they come in all the time for everything. All right, and the very bottom is my embossed piece. And just make sure you get your words the right direction. So I think this is the right direction. And line that up. So they're just all butted up right up against each other. So this is 2 inches, 1 inch, 1 inch. And they're all 5 1/4 across. Hi, Cindy. You love all my ideas. Thank you so much. Hey, Michelle. All right, so that's our front piece. So then we've got our, I just stuck them back in the bucket. Hold on. Our pumpkins. We're going to stick on. This is the hardest one. You can use like a silicone pad and put a little bit of glue on it and sponge it on the back, or you could use glue dots. There's a couple pieces still stuck in there. I think this green glue works okay. I just put a few drops kind of all over, just little teeny drops, and If you have a tiny little squirter, which my friend Beth gave me and I still haven't filled it up with glue yet, but it'll get some smaller dots in there. But as long as you get it pretty well glued down with maybe like, I don't know, 10 dots of glue in random spots all over, you should be pretty good. So hopefully that'll be enough. And then once you put it down, you just don't want to move it, because if you move it, then you'll see it. So, and this one is the one in the cinnamon cider. So just set this down and let it dry for a second. And it's sticking pretty well, so we don't have to worry about that. All right, this one's going next. This is the embossed in gold piece. Put a little bit more on there. And that's going to go right over top of it, and it should be right in the center of your card. So about right there. We'll hold that for a second. And then my last one, which is the Blackberry Bliss one, will go on top. So this is backwards from the card that I showed a minute ago, and I'll put them both together in just a second. So some glue on here. You could put dimensionals if you want to, but I didn't. Oops. Alright, so there we go. Just got to hold this a second, let it dry. And then the words I am going to put on with dimensionals. So let's stick those on there. And just put like 3. That should hold it. And, oh, you know what? I don't think I did bring them. I don't know where they are, but I brought the dots. Here they are. So these are the Brush Metallic Adhesive dots. So we're putting some of those on. And these are beautiful. They come in the gold, the copper, and I think that's maybe either nickel or bronze. I'm not sure. I don't know if it says, it doesn't say on here, but it's something. But it looks kind of like bronze, I would think. So we're putting 2 of these on here. And they're so pretty. They kind of look like brads that we used to have a long time ago. So that's that. And then we need some of our ribbon. This is the gold ribbon. So what I did, I have 2 ribbons, 2 bows on the original one. One here and one here. And if you notice, they're the same ribbon, except this is the whole piece of ribbon, and this one I cut in half long ways. So this is what I did. I just cut it right up the middle, like that, and made a thinner ribbon. So that gives you the thin piece, and then you've got the thick piece. So I made a little tiny bow for the small pumpkin. Not a bow, but like a little knot. So just tie it in a knot. It has some little frayed pieces. You can fray this ribbon pretty easily. And I'm just going to trim that down. And then we'll just put a glue dot on there. And put that on the little one. So that'll go right here. Boom. Just like that. Isn't that cute? Trim it just a little bit more. Okay. So get that out of the way. Then we've got the big piece, and then we're just going to tie a little knot with that. And that's going to go on our big pumpkin. And we'll trim that one down. And that'll go on with a glue dot also, or 2. I think I'm going to use 2 just to hold it really good. And this one can go right here. I need to trim that a little bit more too. I like my bows kind of little when they're like this. All right, so there we go. And then I did the inside just a little bit, nothing exciting. I just put a little strip of this that was left over down here at the bottom. And, whoops. And I also have that gold pumpkin left over, which I could put in here, which would be really pretty too. Or I could stamp one of these, except I have to Versamark on this, so I could stamp one of those in there. Or I could take my gold pumpkin, which now I put it back in the box and can't find it. But you get the idea. So if you want to do that, you can. Or you can put some words in here, whatever you like. But that is my card, and I hope you love it. This is the original one. So I did them backwards. So this had Blackberry Bliss here and Cinnamon Cider here. This one has the reverse, so Cinnamon Cider and Blackberry Bliss. So let me know what you guys think. Hey Sylvia, hey Susan. Did you love it? Let me know. Give me some thumbs up or some hearts and let me know what you think. Thank you so much for joining me today. I love it when I have lots of people watching. Thank you, Cindy. Oh, got some thumbs ups and some hearts. Great, great, great. Oh, Diane, you love it. Hey, Lily. I'm so glad you joined me today. And hopefully you guys will be inspired by the projects and you can see all the sparkle. Let me hold it up so you can see it. I'll be like QVC and show you the Diamonique. You know how they put it in the light and it sparkles? I think it's just so pretty. Anyway, you guys have a great day. I'll be back on Tuesday with another video, and I'm in this fall thing, so I'll probably do another fall card. I don't know. I think I might do some more leaves, but I don't know. Send me a note and let me know what you want to see, and I'll try to do it for you. I've been doing the fall cards because everybody wanted fall cards. And don't forget, you can always order right here, stampingwithlisa.com, and there's the host code for the next week or so. And I've got lots of stuff to give away, including the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, the mini one, and a $50 gift certificate for this month. So every $50 you order gets you into the drawing for that. Also, you can win the cards. So the winners of the cards I pick just from the comments. So if you're leaving comments on here or on YouTube, you're entered into the drawing to win one of these cards. So thanks for joining me, and I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your weekend, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.